Greetings, greetings, greetings. Dawn is here, almost. Almost. Still, the hour of the wolf is here. Hour of the wolf, the 1 hour before the sun rises. Mysterious. Pregnant with desire. And also, grayish, ghostly atmosphere outside. Could be outside, inside. Desire. It's the hour when your passionate nature can awaken. Of course, real passion is 24/7. We're all driven by lust, passion, having, not having, wanting, desiring. What is passion to you? Passion is something, it's very human, very, very human. Passion for beautiful things, a passion for emotions, a passion for being, passion for receiving. Two people get together, they fall in love. Well, they just notice something similar, chemistry. But then sometimes along the way, it's hard to get each passion and your desires matched against or with another person. Then you have to decide, let go or let's go when you're with someone. And passion is something it's when you're in the flow, it's like a train. It's like a high express train. And you're just like going with the speed. And then sometimes, like a train has stops. You pick up, you let go. You pick up, you let go. Things come in, people go out. And sometimes you like what's coming in, and sometimes you don't like what's coming in. So you let go, you kick out, you go on. That's called almost a lifespan. Passion. If you don't have passion, you don't have any life, right? I mean, think about it. You wake up in the morning, you see the sun, you see the moon at night, and where am I? What am I doing with my life? What do I want? Am I satisfied? Am I not satisfied? All these questions, am I good enough and bad enough? And what's wrong? How come I can't have this? How come I can't have that? Then when you meet someone, you get all there. Can I have this? I want this. I want that. And how come? How this? How that? And then it's the merger that happens. And then your passion and their passion. You have to wonder, what is good and what is not so good? Are you passionate out there? Do you want things to happen to you? Do you want to do things? I mean, even if sometimes passion is so much you can't even talk about it. You can't even say, this is what I desire. This is what I want, because somebody else may think it's kinky. Somebody else may think it's over the top. Somebody else can think, gee, that's not even worth talking about, even worth desiring. Somebody gets high passion, low passion. Some people think that a glass half full, half full is great. Other people will go, where's my other half? That's called your passion level. And if you're with someone who thinks that a cup half full or a glass half full is fine, because that's a little mediocre, right? That's a little, what's happening? Nothing. Nothing. Zip. Whatever slang you want to add to it. But if you're with somebody that's too passionate for you, too much, your heart is beating and you think it's gonna pop right out of your body. And then sometimes human nature is, Some people have to go, there's a fork in the road. They have to go to the left, and you are going to the right. Then you have the common sense to know that, hey, this is where you and I separate. I am not going down that way. We're doing great. We've been great. But like, Bozo, you could go that way. Lover, you can go that way. It's time for me to like, I can't do that. I can't do that. And that's a very time to let go of the let's go. What do you think? Are you passionate out there? Do you have a zest? Do you find you're too much for a lot of people? Or you think you're not enough for a lot of people? You don't have enough, you know, chemistry. Not chemistry. Chemistry is the wrong word. You don't have enough zing, zang. You don't have enough steam. You don't have enough wanting, getting. You can't get something if you don't want it first. And then somebody else goes, well, somebody can be riding on your steam, using you as the engine. And that happens. You can take a piggyback ride and you can bring them to a certain level, but they're going to jump off because it's not mutual. They're going to jump off. And then you see sometimes, you meet, you fall in love, and like you get the chemistry's right and stuff like that. And then all of a sudden you go like, this isn't my thing. This is not where I want to go. This person's desires, this person's excitement, it doesn't turn me on. It's just not. It's just not. It's just not like hot. It's not hot. It's lukewarm, and it's just not. I don't have to go there, and that's what life is all about. I think so. Don't you think so? It's just like why people get divorced, people like move on. They don't move on, or they do move on because they just have no reason. And it's not just because, like, if you're, no matter what your age, you can say, I'm too young to be like with this person that just like is half me, or this person is like, I don't want to go there. If you like the way people work, if somebody works step by step, methodically, diligently, and against or with a person that takes leaps, bounds, and risks, that could be kind of maybe that'd be a little exciting for either side. But then again, like they say, opposite attracts. Nah, opposites do not attract. I'm talking about not constructive opposites, but opposites. It gets weary carrying the flag. It gets weary beating the drums. It gets weary, especially in today's atmosphere, where they have so many, 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 many passionate people running around, being crazy, being nuts, doing whatever the hell they want to do. Then how can you find yourself? There's so many people that let go. They go, I don't care what this looks like. I will do what I want. Hello. Are you happy with your life? And even a certain amount of dissatisfaction is necessary to change, to do something with your life. Now, somebody says, like, I have all the money I want, I have all the, I can get whatever I want. The very fact that they're telling you that means that they're like quicksand. They're like quicksand people, or they're like the vacuum cleaner people. They will suck you dry because they're so busy telling you everything they have that maybe you could feel there's some kind of psychic emptiness about them, And the psychic emptiness is the first stage of realizing you're with a character, not a real person. A character. You think of all the people, and characters can be, it's not just, the passion isn't just for sex. It's not. It's for everything. Your girlfriend, your boyfriend. Platonic. I'm talking, wow, you can be my friend. I could be your friend. It could be anything. It could be a sibling. It could be a brother or a sister. It could be anything. It could be in a classroom situation, even a workplace, all these types of passions. Well, we can talk about, it can be any type of relationship that you feel that, whoa, we're all like family, or I mean, family in a good way, not family in a stinky way, or a way that like, who the hell are you? I don't want to know you when we're out in public. Not that kind of way. No. I think that family is your kindred spirits. Now, if you can find, it's very hard to find somebody that agrees with you or that is loyally yours. It's very, very hard. I mean, and then when you put the sexual, the sex in it, it can become even more something tighter. And then when you put a contract of marriage, the sex, and the friendship in there, which it should be all those things, then it could be even more, you gotta like free yourself to realize this person wants to be this type of person. This person does. I mean, you should honestly look upon your mate, the person you choose, your lover, whatever you want to call this person. You should honestly think what that person does. That person takes a salaryman way to, go to heaven, get this and get that, or do they take a drug dealing type, like a dealer? Yeah, or do they race to the top, or they crawl to the top, or they just like don't bother going to the top? See, all those things. I mean, outside of "I love you, baby," and you're really great, you're really fabulous, there is, yeah. How are you going to do all this stuff? How are you going to do this? Maybe, and some people are very keen to become somebody else's lapdog. And then when you're finding, your lover, your mate, your friend is just a lapdog for somebody who goes click, 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 then you got to think, I am the chosen one for this particular type of person. Do I like it? Can I ride it? Maybe I can, but maybe you can't either. Sometimes, too, like a man and a woman, or like a, alpha and a beta, any type of, relationship, who is the stronger of the two? Are you going to be the asset to that other person's, career goals? You have to ask yourself, wow, if like, let's say you meet somebody, okay, let's just assume it's male and female type of relationship. And that person says, well, I'm in med school. I'm going to be a doctor. I'm just like, I'm doing my internship. And then you have something else going. Let's say you're a writer and you know that you have to sit down and write and, you have to do your commercial gigs as well. Then you wonder, this person expects me to what? Another person is wondering, this person expects me to what? And then who bends the knee to the other's career? That can be very difficult. Very difficult. And then you realize, well, gee, I can spend all this time on myself. Either party can do this. And this is where passion comes in. Why should I be bothered with you? Hmm. And the love, then again, they say love conquers all. Not really. Love can, love can, well, love is everything. It's true. Love is everything. But also at the same time, this passion that we all are embedded with. I mean, they're like, same in a Western culture. There's so many men that feel like a woman should not be working. It should be working for them. I mean, towards their family life. And then let's say the woman does not have a career anymore and she takes care of the children. But the man goes ahead and gets his career. I mean, it's very complicated in a society that does not teach values in the sense that collective goals, a collective community. In a Western society, money, 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 money is the honey, honey, honey that makes the passion feeds on. You understand what I'm saying, don't you? You have to really, really, really think, what do I feel? Are you out there really feeling what you should feel? Can you feel what you're really feeling? I mean, no matter how you phrase it, like, everyone has reasons for doing things. I mean, you can say, I like, men with brown hair. And somebody else can say, I like a woman with blonde hair, curly blonde hair. I mean, it's like, these are the things. I mean, I feel a passion for a man with a certain color hair, or I like a man who's short. Or somebody says, I like a woman who's thick. I like a woman who's fat. It's so, I have a passion for these things. Or I like a man who's tall. I'm attracted to tall men. I'm attracted to wealthy men. I'm attracted to honest men. I mean, it's endless of where you can find your desire, your passion. I like kittens. I like dogs. I like a person who likes horses. It's These are all the things that go into the pulse towards what you want to do. What turns you on? What turns you on out there? Are you in a relationship that's turning you on? And even, how many relationships, when it's going, it's feeling good, it's feeling really good, do you sit down and you level with each other? This is what I want. You explain your passion, and the person can go, whoa, that's a lot of passion. I mean, in societies, we're not supposed to be talking so much about what we want or how we envision it. We just go with the flow and see where it goes. It's casualness, because society itself, you're in a society, I'm in the United States, elsewhere too, the societies don't even know where they're going, because their passionate nature is like a wheel, a hamster wheel. It goes around and around and around and around. They don't know what to do with it. They don't know how to digest a future. You could be with somebody you really, really love, but they don't know what future they want, or they can control. And of course, the future you want is essentially the one you control, right? Control. And then you find somebody who can't pull it together, or not pulling it together fast enough for you. There's a speed. There isn't a weight card that you can, like a 4 cups. No, you want something that's right around. You want something that's coming up into the corner. You want something that is now. Where is it? Give me it now. Show me. Show me. Just like this 9 of Pentacles. I'm ready. Show me. When you fall in love, you want to be shown a lot. You want to be, show me, show me, show me, show me. And that type of beat, that type of pulse, it can't be sated. It can't be sated. Or somebody could say, I'm so glad I found you. That's different. Show me, show me, show me. To be content. How can you be content in a warfare societies that we have right now? We have a very warmongering, war agitating, conflict agitating societies, which also has a lot to do with our passion. We have people that have this giganormous, huge, 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 huge capacity for agitation, for passion. Their passion, though, when you have too much passion, it can be kinky. Kinky, 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 kinky. And of course, I'm not talking just about sexual kinks. I'm talking about everyday kinks, all over everything. And when you get to your passion gets to the kink level, or other person, somebody you're around, passion is the kink level. Anything, violence, hypocrisy, a lot of negative things happen when you get kinky. And then a person that you can feel you have a lot of chemistry with, male or female, sexual or non-sexual, when it starts getting too passionate and the kinks develop, where you can see the kinks, then you're in for some surprises. And it's just a matter of time that those kinks will land on your doorstep, on your pillow, right? It will. And then you could find, did you ever, the way people just get to a point that I can do better. I can do better. And anyone, when you're not balanced correctly, can say, I can do better to you at any time. It calls like, chums, lovers, family. So it's very complex, very, very complex weathering this 10 of Wands. Because people have got to unload. You've got to unload or you explode. And then when you explode, we have violence. We have screaming, shouting, let me alone. Oh, let go, let go. Not let's go, let go. And then when you let go again, calm down, reassess. And then, depending on their length of reflection, it begins again. And I want, I need, I shall get. I want, I need, I want, I need. And then you meet somebody else who says, I want, I need, I shall get too. Then the beat starts again. And you try out this vibration and that vibration. And it could be too with what you want to do with yourself too. It's just satisfying you. Like what satisfies you? What satisfies you out there? Being free? Nobody's really free. We're all here with our own minds. Even when you say you can find somebody who's alone, they're thinking about something that happened with them 10, 20, 30 years ago, whatever. The day they were born, they're thinking about things, the day their consciousness. So we're never really free. We don't really have a clean slate because we all have memories. We all have aspirations. And that's the trick of passion. Is finding someone that you can fly, walk with, be with. But once you start having something you have to protect, then you have baggage. Like if you have a child, if you have pets, if you have wealth of character, wealth of talent, wealth of goods, then that's something different. It becomes complicated. And especially in a society that is basically thinking or feeling doesn't value its participants. It's a society, you're living in a society that are flipping out. And a society is almost like it is an oberus. An oberus is two snakes together, eating each other, cannibalizing each other. The head and the tail are intertwined, or the head of one is on the tail of the other, gobbling it up, and two snakes doing the same thing. Yum, 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 yum. Then that's the kind of society and that state of mind in which we live right now. Right now. You do know that this type of cannibal, this type of appetite can't last. It's exploding. It's imploding. It's imploding. And you can be in a relationship that can't last, but you're afraid to step in. You're afraid to let go, or afraid to say, let's go. There's a difference between let's and let, right? Holding hands or just going, baby, not now, not now, not now. And then people can't even talk these days. Have you listened to anybody? You've been in a train station, you've been on the plane, you hear some of the conversations. It's hard to not like, oh my God. And then you see people too in your town or your city. It used to be they're together, and you say, and you can say, oh, she's a bumblehead and she's putting up with this, or he's a bumblehead and he's putting up with this. And then a few months later or weeks later, you see them separated. And sometimes they play yo-yo. People, they need to get the other person to get through the hump of time, hump. They can't jump by themselves. So they, okay, I could put up with this person for a little while longer till I get out of this mess. Now that's another thing. That's another thing. Now, we all are been there to like needing distance, needing to, I don't know, give me a lift, give me a lift. And we should be, kind enough to give somebody else a lift. But it should not be broadcasted that the reason we are doing, and we don't broadcast. Now you shouldn't broadcast and say, I'm with this person because I need this person now, but maybe not later. Or I can't see myself spending a whole bunch of time. And okay, so it happens. But when you involve some of your responsibilities, things that you're responsible with, like you would take like a person who is, responsible, the head of a household, the head of a town, the mayor, the head of a government. Now, when they start pushing all their they got this lopsided seesaw thing going on, then it gets the kinks, and they what's that word? Not proprieties. I'll just say for now, the properties of the relationship goal is kinky. It gets kinky. And that's what's happening. That's a state of where we're living in right now because people are afraid to hear the real deal, to deal with the real deal, right? They're afraid. And that's where reality sits right now. Sometimes you see so many halflings. The halflings used to be hobbits, I guess, in the movies. But halflings are half men, half women. They just don't make the cut. And they fill the other half with a lot of Ten of Swords activity. Then you find yourself, if you're involved with somebody whose passion is a halfling, in reality, maybe they don't show it right away, but they become halflings to you. They're filling it up with something, either women, men, drugs, booze, something like that. And that is where the problem is for passion. And that's when you have to let go. No matter how much you adore the person on one level, you have to realize that at the time you let them continue to suck out your aura, your spiritual energy, is that really, really worth it? Do you want to become a dish rag? Do you want to become a has-been? Do you want to become a used up prophylactic? A used up jug of milk? A soft drink? Packaging material? Because you won't even be a box after they finish using you up. You have to make a decision. Hit the road, Jack. Hit the road. Hit the road. That's a song going like that. You have to bite the dust. You have to use all these cliches, whatever it takes. It's time for the relationship to be dissolved. And that's the Ten of Swords. You realize this is not me. This will not bring me happiness. this will not elevate me to where I have to go. We've all been there. Even in a situation, it could be anything. It could be a job, besides being a lover or a partner. It could be a regular friendship between same sex or different sex relationship without the sex. It could be, it's like, this guy is insane. This woman's insane. This person's pathetic. This person is pathetic. And I refuse to get that pathetic and that trite and bullshit. Oh, these people are like creatures. These people are like subhuman. This person is subhuman. Now, if you find yourself with a subhuman, are you going to lower your aura, your powers, to bend more than the knees, put your tongue all over their dirty shoes, to be with them, to be part of something that you know that you do not fit in, to be part of something that is scammy, gaming, stinks. A relationship can be that way. Any relationship, you have to let go. You have to go. Not me. Not me. Not me. What do you think? Are you a clinger? Are you a person that just can't let go because you're afraid? You have fear? We all have fear about things that are different and new in one way, but don't get paralyzed. Don't get paralyzed. Otherwise, you become cannibalized. You become a piece of used wrapping. You'll feel like you're poop. You will feel like nobody loves me. You will feel, I can't even imagine. Don't let yourself get eaten. Because these grazers, vampire-like grazers, that's what they are. They suck it up. They're like vacuum cleaners, human vacuum cleaners. Leeches. Leeches. That's a good word. A leech will take all the blood it can, depending on the size. And even if you have like 10 leechers just sucking at you on a daily basis, you know how fatiguing that is? You would need a transfusion. A transfusion would be somebody who doesn't need your blood, doesn't need your aura, doesn't need your energy. That's what you gotta find. That's what you gotta find. Somebody who is your equal, not accept hypocrisy. Well, this is the best that I could do. And then you have people around you go, oh, I'm so glad you found that guy, or you're so glad you found that girl. I'm so glad. I'm so glad. They don't have to think of, I don't want you to be alone. I don't want you to be this. But they dooming you to a life of shit, a life of hell, of which you will become some effing parasite. You won't even recognize yourself just because the choir, the peanut gallery around you, the people who don't have to lie on your bed, do what you are supposed to do in that bed, or in that kitchen, or in that household, or in that job, whatever. They won't have to do it. They can look from the outside, but you're in the inside doing it. You won't even recognize yourself and give it some time, day and night, day and night, day and night, sunrise, sunset, back and forth, back and forth. Moon cycles go on and on and on and on. You won't even know who you are. You'll stutter like a fool. Stutter like a fool if you're not in a relationship, or you didn't let go. You didn't let go when you knew that this person's energy level was not for you. This group of people were not your people. And you did it. Well, I needed the money. I'm afraid. I needed to be I needed to be with someone. I don't want to be alone. Weak excuses. Weak ass excuses. Weak excuses. Weakness in terms of living your life with passion will lead you to the 5 of Pentacles, the poorhouse. You're going to end up ass broke nincompoop. You will be the nincompoop. You will lose. So you better speak your mind now. Something is stinks. Something is not right. I don't care what it is. Career, job, marriage, relationship, whatever type of friendship, doesn't matter. If this person is like, gets their rocks off on doing this and that, you're with a bloody psychopath, a schizophrenic, pathetic mental case. And do you think people aren't crazy in this environment right now? We have a lot of social instability, a lot of things that will like knock you down and smear you out. And like, there's like a crocodile on every damn corner. Under your desk, there's something trying to eat you, ready to kick you in the balls or kick you in the, kick you in the head. No matter what, there's somebody out there that is vicious because they get pleasure. If somebody can't do good by you, if they can't do good by you, they will like chomp your head off, because that's where the kinks come in. And there's a lot of kinks out there. There are people that just look at you and they don't like you when you're smiling. There are a lot of people just don't like you because you look too free. You're not crippled inside like the way they are. You're not crippled. And if you're not crippled the way somebody else is looking at you, even though you may not sense, they may not be crippled in a physical sense, but they're crippled inside. And that person said, I'm going to like break your legs. It's around, it's around, it's around, it's around. We have a very, very warped culture right now. So many things are happening. And then, people say a lot of things. And then people just don't know what to do. And it's all this, Christians say, oh, it's end times, or it's the age of, it's what? It's falling apart. Things are tougher now. Things are like, jobs are like leaving. AI is God. AI is not God. You know what the biggest word right now is? I find human. Let me speak to a human to human. This is not, I'm talking to you not as a AI chat box, bot, chat box, same thing. I'm not a bot. I'm a real person. You're a real person. And even if AI is listening, if they want to become real, it won't happen. It won't happen. And you have to understand, we live in a culture in many Western countries, elsewhere too, that they don't want an intelligent, smart population. They don't want competition. In terms of like, that's the problem with humanity all around us. We don't want, it could be only one, right? Only one way of doing things. Everything else is nuts. Or how dare you? How dare you think that way? And that trickles down to our personal relationships. Humanity, we're at the crossroads. Therefore, even loving and being and doing is complicated. It's very complicated. It's very, 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 very complicated. How are you supposed to get it together when I got this career and you don't even know you're being told that AI is going to take control over everything? Where's your passion? How can you do anything, plan anything? Well, I'll just get stoned and sit down and drink and just like chat and just bullshit myself away. And what is that going to do? That's going to make you into some sort of garbage. And then you find some agency that will just come along at you and put you in the suppository, and you become, fertilizer. That's all. Fertilizer. Eats for the machine. Eats for the machine. See, it's very, very complicated and where's your passion? Where is that zest you born with? Because it's still there. Even if you peel away all like a banana, all the layers, it's in there. It's in there. Or a artichoke. You're peeling away, sucking on pieces. Because that's what happens to people who cannot master, cannot decipher. They don't know. And you're not trained to know that your passion, what your passion should, what is passion? Passion is our lifeline. And just because someone says, I love you, what do they mean? They love you. Oh, I love you too. Smack, smack, smack. But what is the goal? What are you going to do with this chemistry and this joining and this being? Or you're my best friend. You're my best friend. No, wait a second. What are we best at? Right? What are we best at? And what do we want each other to have the best? Do we want each other to have like at least a 500K house? Do we want each other to have like at least a new car every year? What are we best at? Do we want each other to like recite 10 languages? I mean, what is the best? I want the best. That you're happy. It's so vague, so vague. And we don't know down the line if you get your best at faster than your best, their best, will you still be able to join in? I want the best for you. Otherwise, then there's all this other kink emotions. I'm jealous. Huh, who the hell does she think she is? Who the hell does he think he is? Gee, that. All these type of things. This happens with lovers too. Lovers. Oh, my husband is so... What am I? Oh, my husband, my husband, my husband. My wife, my wife. My house husband, my housewife. It's all these things. It's very complicated. It's very, 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 very complicated. Well, is your life out there happy? Are you happy? I can honestly say that there's certain things I really like to do. And certain things I'm obligated to do, right? But I still feel that every day, it's closer to some sort of cosmic oneness. And what is that oneness? You have to even wonder. I mean, you can't believe certain things you even hear. Or I might meet somebody and they act like when they see me, or they're like, personally, I can't even say that actually because I don't have that many. I mean, I have conversations with people, but I try not to have conversations with people because, well, I mean, I try, but it's hard to find somebody that I find that I can really have a conversation with. I'll put it that way. And of course, I'm always busy. I'm a very busy person, very, very busy person. I got this and I got that to do. And it's something that my passion basically, everyone has a private passion that they manifest themselves. And you've got to have high standards for yourself. You've got to have something you really, 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 really want to do. And then that's what's your mission. What are you here on this planet for? That's also your passion. And not to be afraid of your passion. Not to let the fear of wanting to do something, wanting to be something, interfere with how you do it. Right? How you do it. Well, I guess people don't really talk about passion much. Hi, hello, how are you? What's your passion? No, we don't do it that way. We kind of like settle down when we can and quietly think for those of us who are actually reflecting, what do I want? What do you want? Well, you want to make a living, you want to do something that's interesting, and you want to learn, right? You want to grow. Contrary to what our societies tell us, you don't need this. They're always telling you what you don't need. You don't need to do this and you don't need to do that. do they tell you what you do need to do? And then what they tell you do need to do is like, don't think too much. Don't expect too much. Don't expect too much. Don't stay in your lane. What is your lane? I mean, you got the whole planet. Your feet are on this planet Earth. Walk. 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 Well, if anybody would like a reading, let me know. Let me know. If you want to see where your passion is leading you, if you think that you are going in a course that conflicts or complements with whom you're walking with now, consider it open for channeling, open for discovery. See what energies that emanate from what you're doing. See what energies with whom you're walking with, where it will lead. Don't be afraid. Sometimes a step into will be better than not paying attention. Step into something. Maybe you have to step out of something to step into something. Maybe you could be missing something that you haven't thought about. Well, you can email me too if you want to. And we could, think about it. Think about these different things. Think about it. Things are moving very, very fast in societies. You have a whole bunch of people that are representing, not a whole bunch of people, a small sector of the diverse, culturally, let's say, individuals who are preparing to lead a whole bunch of people to acts of aggression, right? To acts of aggression over resources. It's all about what you have and what I want. Yeah, and that's, as I said, trickle down vibration, rainfall, precipitation into our personal, your personal, my personal, their personal, everybody's personal lives is rampant. And that's where the difficulty lies. That's where the difficulty lies. All right, I'm going to leave, take a break.